we start with the real exercises for the active moves. The idea is to teach you the routine of checking the active moves, such that you can use it subconsciously in your further games. So the goal is in each and every single position that you just go through all the active moves that they exist, and then usually you will find already a solution. In the further parts in this playlist there will be something advanced like calculating the second move, but so far it's just spotting all the active moves. And the idea is that you really learn the routine and the importance of it such that you will use it in your own games all the time. So this is the first task. Try to solve it. Now the solution as well as the technique of the solution. First of all, you have to spot all the active moves, and we start with checks. There is a check with knight c5 check, and there's also a second check, bishop e4. You have to spot all of them. Now there are no further checks, so let's calculate them. Knight to c5 check. Let's say black moves to a7. Is there anything that we have gained from it? The answer is nothing obvious. So we can just skip it and go to the next one. Bishop e4 check. It's a check, attacks the queen. So black has to take our bishop back. Now usually by intuition you would just stop it, say I cannot play bishop e4 check because, well, I lose a bishop. I'm not an idiot. I see that the square is protected, but this is not how calculation works. But instead you have to calculate until there are no further active moves left. So bishop e4 check. Queen takes e4. Is there something that we can do in this position? If the answer is no, then yes, you can go to the next one. But if the answer is yes, and it is yes because of knight c5 check, then you have to calculate it, and suddenly you have won this game right here. And the solution is bishop e4 check, queen takes, knight c5, king moves away, and you have won the queen. It's as easy as that. And the only difference between this example and a real chess game is that in a real chess game you have way more pieces and way more active moves to check, and obviously most of them won't be any decent, but you need to filter out the good ones, and if you do that, then you will spot all the tactics that are possible. Next position, number 5. It's white to move, and try to solve it. Now the solution. So first of all, white has a check with queen g7, but also there are other check options if you move the knight, because there is a discovered check. So any knight move is a check, and queen g7 is a check as well. We can start with queen g7. King moves away, let's say for example to a6. Certainly you can do a second check, but if you don't see a reason or an idea how you can benefit from it, then it doesn't make sense to calculate it any deeper. Instead we focus on the knight moves. So what we could do is we could move the knight to a square, we attack the queen maybe, and it's still a check. Then we might win the game. So obviously knight g5, knight f6 are also checks, but they don't give us any benefit. But instead knight c3, for example, looks like a very strong active move because it's still a check, but at the same time the threat is to win the queen. Sadly, knight c3 is not the solution because black can move queen c6 and defend himself. Therefore, it's a good idea, but you should not have played knight c3 if you have spotted it. Instead, knight d6 has the same idea of attacking the queen, but at the same time he cannot just play queen c6 because it's a double check, and in the end, for example, queen b6, knight takes b5, we have won the queen and the game with it. Last exercise for this video, again, try to find a solution. Now, let's see. Any knight moves in this position will result in a discovered check. That means we can play, for example, knight d4, just to test it. But knight d4, the idea is good, but you have also to calculate the responses, and black has a response with queen to d5, where he does defend the queen. Queen c6 is obviously not possible here because of the knight, so it's not a bad idea, but eventually that just doesn't work. And instead, the right way to continue here is to play knight e5 or knight g5 for that matter, because it's still a check. Black has still to do something to defend the king, and then we just take the rook. And this is the solution for this position.